Well, it happened. I had a midlife crisis and bought an expensive lens to take photos of little birdies.
She just let out a big yawn.
This actually happens a lot more than I care to admit. If you're going to spend a year or more of your precious savings on a lens, it better be really freaking worth it. Fortunately, the Pentax DA 300mm f4 lens didn't just meet my high expectations, it exceeded them. Except in one way, but I'll get to that later. I started toying around with telephoto lenses over a year ago and instantly got hooked. A lot of what I like about photography is how it enhances my ability to focus in on my environment, and trying to spot little birds while on a bike ride does just that. As with any hobby, the more you get into it, the more money you want to spend. I quickly realized that for a bright aperture telephoto lens for a Pentax camera, that the Pentax DA 300mm f4 was one of the best options. Actually, one of the only options. Thanks, Pentax. The lens features a weather-sealed design, which is a nice pairing with Pentax's weather-sealed bodies. It also has a quiet focusing motor, the SDM system, which, while I think works pretty good, is subject to failure. Mine already went out once in the cold, and I have prepared myself emotionally for it to just die one day. Thankfully, even if you buy it used, you can convert it to a screw drive focusing system with a little software change. Or so I've read. So even in the worst case, it wouldn't totally be busted. It is heavy and bulky, but that is just because of the type of lens and quality we're talking about here. If you need the reach but lighter, look into the Micro Four Thirds system. I hear good things and I see great results. Back to the price for this thing. This is the most expensive lens I own at the moment, and naturally I want it to be really good. From wide open at f4, the lens is very sharp. I have no issues shooting it wide open with that aperture I am paying so very much for. Focus is a little floaty sometimes, but otherwise fast enough for my novice skills. You can see my previous videos I've made on this lens to hear a little bit about my focusing technique. I've used this on as new as cameras as the Pentax K1, and even as old cameras as the Pentax K10D. I haven't found myself frustrated due to lack of in-focus shots. It also doesn't totally impress me, but I've found that working on technique here goes a long way, so I recommend going that route first before buying into a totally different system. On that note, there is another good telephoto option for Pentax with faster focusing, albeit a different kind of lens altogether. I haven't personally used the Pentax 55-300 PLM, but I hear nothing but good things. If you can live with the slower aperture, it seems like a lighter, more compact, more versatile, faster focusing, more affordable option. Certainly seems like a good buy to me. To wrap up, the Pentax DA 300mm f4 lens is large and expensive, but delivers on its promise of high quality images with a bright aperture. If you're shopping on the used market, it usually goes for anywhere between $500 and $700 USD, and I consider it worth every penny. Thanks for watching this video. Do you own the Pentax DA 300mm lens? Or any other DA Star lenses? Let me know your experiences down below. I usually focus on more affordable camera kits on this channel, but this was a big splurge for me that I had to share more about. One way to make it more affordable is by pairing it with a cheaper body for now. You can see my video about putting this guy on my old Pentax K10D to see an idea how it goes. Spoiler alert, it's pretty good. Check out the forum to join a growing community of laid-back photographers that aren't into the drama, but the joy of photography. Check out my Instagram for updates of what I am shooting at the moment. And remember to go out there today and shoot wherever you are with whatever gear you have. And until next time, happy snapping.